Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Get Fit With Me, expanding your physical and mental fitness group. I had to make sure I was recording this so that if Facebook goes down, which I've been hearing can happen, and there it is. I've been hearing Facebook can go down lately when we stream live from Zoom into Facebook. So if that is the case, up above this live, I have added the link to join in live with us. Just click on that link, jump in the Zoom call. The Zoom call will go the entire time, and then if Facebook kicks us out, I will make sure to upload that after. So welcome to the Get Fit With Me, expanding your physical and mental fitness group. This group is for individuals who are ready to expand both their physical and mental fitness while helping and supporting others with similar goals all along the way. This month is accountability month. If you missed last week, that is okay. No worries at all. We are going to still touch on what we're staying accountable for. And if you are new, we will go over our goals. Last week, Felisa was with us, so we broke down some of her big goals into some smaller, achievable, and attainable goals. So if you know anybody else who is looking for some extra accountability, share this group with them. Invite them into a call. If you're getting the emails, share one of the emails with the Zoom link so they can jump on in with us. Or if they're uncomfortable, just connect us one-on-one. I'm good with that too. Connect us in Messenger. I'll have a conversation with them if they're kind of on the edge about jumping in. So if you are watching live, drop a hashtag live. If you are watching the replay, hashtag replay. And if you are ready to stay accountable, do a little check-in and learn the 3 S's to keep yourself successful and accountable through everything that I find in my life, not just health and fitness, then drop a ready in the comments and let me know that you can hear and see me okay. I'm gonna check over to Facebook and make sure that you guys can hear and see me. Perfect. Okay, so if you are watching the replay right now, I want you to let me know your win, or if you're watching live on Facebook, I want you to let me know your win for the week. My win for the week is that my goal that I talked about last Thursday, we all wrote on a piece of paper, was I was going to use my spin bike 3 times a week. So I made a little chart at the bottom. Perfect. We got one jumping on. I made a little chart at the bottom, and every time I do it, I kind of cross it off, or I write the date that I did it. That is so that I can see, so I can visually see, yes, I've done this, I've done this. So I did all of those. I actually did a bonus last week, so that was really nice. That was definitely my win for the week. So for all of you who are live, share us your wins. Let me know what your win was. And I want you to let me know if you are struggling with anything. Drop it in the comments. I'll either try to talk about it in today's call, or we'll have a message on the side to answer some questions. Jean has joined us. So do you want to tell us who you are and your win for the week?
My name is Jean, and I am a teacher. I just got done dismissing class for the day. My win is that I made it. I made it here in a reasonable amount of time. I would say, in all seriousness, my win is I'm feeling a bit more organized, but this week I would say my struggle is sleep. I'm still not making myself go to bed like I should. There's a Netflix series, or there's, something going on, and it's like I just can't wind down and go to sleep.
I actually was talking to somebody else about sleep and how this week is the first time they've had good sleep in about 2 weeks. So they're the opposite of you, but they were telling me their struggle of not having good sleep for that period of time. What things have you tried? I know you're really good about trying to put your phone down and having a bedtime on your phone. How's that been going this week?
That's not a problem.
Okay.
It's just, I had a meeting last night, And then I stayed after the meeting at work, and I stayed at school till about 9:20 before I went home. And so then it took me a while just to wind down. Probably the worst thing is I have a little Netflix series I like, and I have to put that away, and I have to say, okay, it's done. This is I just can't keep watching. I'd be there forever. Um, so that, I mean, and usually I'm pretty good about that, but I'll be honest, I think today I'm probably going to go home from school and just take a little nap so that I can make it through everything I really need to do today, and then try to get to bed early, and that might put me better for the weekend.
Do you have a long weekend up ahead? Will you be able to catch up on some sleep, or is it pretty?
I think I should be able to catch up on a little bit of sleep. I think. And there's
Good.
always the outside factor of kids that changes that. So, yeah.
Well, I will definitely send you some things that I know help me wind down a little quicker. What Netflix series are you watching? Because I always have to know.
I've moved on to The Crown.
I heard that's good. I have not tried it.
I like it, and I mean, they say that it's not totally true, but there's some interesting things that pop up that I've fact checked, that whether it's actually true as to what's being said, but the basis of it is true, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm always looking for a new Netflix series to get into. I always watch the same one like 12 times because I just need it on in the background sometimes. And then what was your win for the week? Is it that you're more organized? Was that what you were saying your win was?
A little more organized, and last weekend was not so good with some of the food choices I made and the amount of water. And I've gotten back onto that. And I did not do my apple that I usually eat at night. Instead of having bad snacks, I usually keep an apple by my bed. And I hadn't been doing that, but the last 2 nights I did do that. So that was there for, I think I'm starving to death. And so that, I eat that instead. So that's good. So yeah, I was off track, but I figured out how to get back on track.
Good. That's a huge win. That's all about staying accountable. You said you were going to do something, you're getting back on track with it. That's awesome. Yay, big win. You may think that feels small, but that's a big win.
Good. Thank you.
So today we are going to talk about the 3 S's. So until I actually wrote these out on paper, I didn't realize they all started with S. And that's the funny part. It's just like, oh, well, that makes a cool little saying. The 3 S's. So there are 3 S's that I use to help keep myself accountable and I can tell that when I am accountable, these 3 things show up all the time. When I'm not holding myself accountable to what I'm going to do, these things don't show up. Maybe 1 of them, maybe 2 of them, but not all 3 of them. So if you take anything out of today's call, these are the 3 things I want you to take away. Start small, speak it out loud, and show up for yourself. So those are the 3 things, and I'm going to go in depth to talk a little bit more about them. Starting small, last week we had Felisa on with us live in Zoom, and I asked her what her goal was, and she started talking, and it was like 4 or 5 different goals all roped into one. So we pulled it back and we broke up that goal and we picked one of those things. So that's an example of starting small. We have this big goal of, I want to lose this weight and exercise this amount of time, eat this kind of food, and work on my schedule. Well, that's really a bunch of small ones. So try to break up that big goal that you have, or even you have a goal to lose 50 pounds. You have a goal to run a marathon. Well, let's start with 5 pounds. Let's start with 5 miles. Let's start with those smaller numbers, because once we achieve that number, we're going to feel great and we're going to be more motivated to move forward onto that 10 miles or those 10 pounds or that next step. So remember, start small. Our big goals may not seem big in our minds. Like, oh, 5 pounds isn't that much. 5 miles isn't that much. But really, if you've never done something like that, we got to start really small. Create those instant wins that make us feel good, like getting back on track. instant win right there. Yeah, I felt good. I had my 2 apples 2 days in a row. I'm back on track. I'm feeling good. It's momentum. It's helping moving us forward. So let's start small. Speak it out loud. This one is one that I did not realize was so important until I realized the times when I did it and the times I wasn't doing it. So last year COVID hit, I was laid off, and then I was still training a few of my people out at parks. We were outside, we were distanced, we were doing everything correctly. And then about mid-June, I was working with a few women that are amazing. Karen, Jamie, Danielle, you guys are all on here. They asked, so what do you want to do? Do you want to make this a business? Do you want to take your training and your virtual training and move it into a business, or what do you want to do? And deep down, I wanted to, but I hadn't spoke it out loud yet. I kind of just like, I may want to do that. But then as soon as I was able to speak it out loud and say, yes, I'm going to turn this little side thing that I'm doing into a business and to move forward with it, it all of a sudden gave me so much momentum and made me feel good. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. And everybody I told, it was like, okay, you have to keep going now. You've told people about this. You've told people you're eating healthier. You got to keep eating healthy. You've told people you're working out. You got to keep eating healthy. It's just that momentum and that little bit of noise in the back, like, oh, so what if they ask? What can I tell them when they ask me about it? Speaking it out loud is going to you're going to get support. You may not feel from some people that you're fully supported by something, but you're supported by the people you're telling. And if you have a big group and a very strong group of support, that is going to make you feel better in those times when you don't want to do it, when you don't want to sit down at the computer and program, when you don't want to eat when you want to eat the hamburger and not the wrap, when you want to do those things that don't keep you accountable. Speaking it out loud to those that you love and those who you know are going to support you is going to help keep you moving forward and creating that momentum. Number 3, show up for yourself. Very often we show up for everybody else in our lives. We show up for our animals. We show up for our family. We show up for our friends. We show up for our church. We show up for our significant others. We show up for everybody else in our life first. That is the first people we show up for in life. And usually down the road, we then realize that we haven't showed up for ourselves. We haven't given ourselves the time to have some personal care time. We haven't given ourselves the time that we need to make us as best as we can be to then show up for others. So the point of show up for yourself is if you're not showing up for yourself and doing the best that you can for yourself each and every day, or for a little portion of each and every day, you're not going to be able to serve the people that you show up for as well as as well as you could. So an example I have is if I don't wake up and I don't work on any of this, because I prepped this isn't something I just think of, it's 30 minutes before our live, I'm going to talk about this today. This is something that has like a week prep behind it. If I don't put that work in, you guys would be able to tell. It'd be very unorganized. I probably wouldn't be doing everything right, and I'm not doing everything right, but like things just don't flow how they need to. So I'm showing up for my business. But if I'm not showing up for myself first by getting up, doing my morning routine, riding the bike, or doing my exercises that I like, then I'm not going to be successful throughout my day to then show up for you guys like I want to. Same thing goes for any relationship we have. So remember to show up for yourself first. And it's hard. We always want to put other people first, and we want to support others, and we want to be there, and we want to say yes, but there's only so much you can do before you put yourself on the back burner way too far, and putting yourself forward is only going to help those people even better. So to recap, start small, speak it out loud, show up for yourself. Jean, out of those 3, which one do you think resonates the best with you? You're muted before you talk.
What do you mean? Like which one I have trouble with, you think?
Which one do you think, I guess, which one do you have the most trouble with, or which one do you think is like, I do believe that one the most, like that one right there really hits home type of thing?
Um, I think the speak it out loud, because I have a lot of conversations in my mind with myself when I'm, by myself out doing, whatever I'm doing, with outside with the horses or whatever. So I do a lot of conversation with myself, but speaking it out loud, it doesn't really happen because I don't think about that. The horses really don't care. So, so that's what's where I'm at on that one, I think.
Have you spoke something out loud to someone before that you didn't, that you were just running through your head, and once you spoke it, you kind of felt like a weight was lifted, that you could have, like if something was bothering you and you spoke it to someone else, like, hey, I'm having this problem.
Oh, yeah,
Is there
yeah,
that weight that's lifted?
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Have
Yeah.
you done have you done that with goals before? Like something that you're working towards and you finally told somebody about it and there was like a, whoo, this feels good, like a sense of like,
Well, just that I had a personal trainer, that's what I term you as. And once I said that, it made me a little more accountable, like for stuff. And not that they necessarily were tracking down different things that I was doing, but for me, myself, it did make me more accountable to me when I spoke it out loud to somebody, because it's like the secret's out. Not that you're a secret, but you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to change some things about myself, and now I've said it out loud. So it's out there. So it made more accountability, I think.
that's awesome. And that is important because we can talk in our heads as much as we want, or we can talk to the horses, but they won't respond. You're right, they don't care. And our head will give us a different response depending on the day. So speaking it to somebody, just speaking it out loud allows that little bit of accountability. You're like, I am doing this. It
Yeah.
makes you a little bit more proud and confident about it.
Yep.
Have you ever had a goal where you started too big?
I'm sure I have, but I'm more of a person who does try to break stuff down, just because I see that with with students that I work with and stuff like that.
My analogy for that was you can't put a roof on a barn if the base isn't built.
Right.
The
Yeah.
roof's just gonna fall. So think about that. For all you guys watching on Facebook, think about that when you're creating your goals. Is your goal so far out there that you're gonna do the end point first and you're not gonna build the building blocks? Same with it comes to training. We can't get you up to a heavy deadlift with a barbell like you did yesterday until you know the basic movement, because that leads to injury. So there's starting small is important. Speak it out loud and show up for yourself. So, Jean, what would you say your biggest takeaway was? Do you have any questions about the 3 S's?
No, I don't think I do. I think that's just something really good to think about and to try to put into practice, and maybe with more things versus you just make it an everyday kind of practice, and then it might become more natural.
And yep, the more we do it, the more natural it becomes. And when it comes with, I know when it comes with exercises, we start doing an exercise that we've never done, it feels awkward. It feels weird and feels awkward. And then the more we practice, the easier it becomes, the less awkward, the more coordinated you feel. Love when I have people do very coordinated things and everyone feels very uncoordinated in the beginning, but it all gets better, I promise. So I want to now ask if anybody has questions. If you are watching on Facebook, drop your questions in. I want to make sure that I'm getting them answered. And then if Jean, you were not here last week, I know we've kind of talked in the past. Is there a goal specifically that you're thinking about right now that you want to like break down a little bit more than what we've done? Is there anything that you can think of that you're like, oh, I'd kind of like a little bit extra help with that? Or are you feeling pretty good?
I think I feel pretty good. I think I just need to revisit what we did.
Okay,
So that's kind of where I'm at.
perfect. Well, that is a good feeling. So we have nothing else, this can be a quick training today. We're gonna be in and out. If you are looking for any extra accountability and would like some one-on-one guidance and coaching just to help you reach your goals a little bit faster than what time usually takes, drop a me in the comments. I'm going to send you a message through Facebook Messenger. We'll have a little chat after that chat. If we both feel like I have something that's a great fit for you, we'll then jump on a quick 15-minute Zoom call and go over some more of the details. So if you want some extra help, drop a me in the comments below. Once again, huge thank you to Jean for being here live on Zoom with us. For all of you who are watching live on Facebook, thank you for being here. Reminder, I do teach 3 live Zoom classes a week, Monday and Wednesday at noon, Thursday tonight at 5:10. All those classes are for all levels. So if you come and you're not sure what to expect, you can always jump in, take a look, and just put your screen on black and just kind of watch along, just to kind of see what it's like for the first time. I hope you guys have such an amazing Thursday. The sun is shining. Get outside, enjoy. I went for a little walk today. I sat outside and got some sun. It was great. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next Thursday, May 20th, for our 3rd accountability call. And I will also be sharing another tip, trick, hack thing. I'm not even sure what to call it next week. Do you have something, Jean? Oh, bye. I will see you guys then.